How you doing? You good?
Good, bro. Listen, is there any particular reason why you're walking like that?
What you mean?
Like you just keep on shielding
It's
the
cold
side of your
outside.
body. Nah, but
What
the
you
way
mean?
you're holding your hands like your pocket like that.
I'm cold.
What do you mean?
I'm cold. What's up? You okay?
I'm good, man. I'm fine. I'm
Alright,
just
why you
talking to
following me for?
I'm not following. I'm just walking.
What's
Y'all
up?
going down one-way streets? What are y'all doing? What's your name?
Officer Garcia, 27435. You need a business card for me?
Nah, I don't need no business card. Yeah. How you doing? You
That
good?
shit, wow.
Listen,
So, from what I've been seeing and looking at, New York cops do that all the time. Like, I understand they want to keep the peace, keep the guns off and all that, but I feel like it's like he went overboard right now. Dude's just walking. Like, it's obviously cold outside. His hands gonna be in his pockets. So, like, what's the need to do all this?
What you think?
What do you think?
I'll tell you guys after me. It's happened to me before. I'll tell you guys after this.
I do think it's overboard.
You think so? Okay. Why? Why do you think it's overboard? Why do you think it's overboard?
I mean, you're never gonna get all the guns off the streets. So, like, obviously stay ready, but dude just casually walking. It might be a high crime area or whatever, but if you see a dude's not doing nothing but walking, like, honestly, it ain't shit you could do.
Okay. Now, what do you think?
I probably think the same. I mean, we don't know the full context of that video, but
I mean, the full
more than
context is the guy was
more
walking
than
down the
likely, if
street
he hopped out
and
of a
the
car
cop,
like that,
the cop, no, he's an undercover officer. He's probably like a gang unit or narcotics.
Yeah.
He jumped out of a unmarked car, and they seen a guy walking late at night, and
they're
they jumped
patrolling
out on him,
a bad area or whatever. But
So that's the context behind the video. It was just a random guy walking down the street. That's why
Yeah.
they didn't do nothing. They just got in the car and left. So now that's you think the same thing? You think that's overboard right there?
And they also they followed him the opposite way of a one way.
Right.
so what's the intent? Just because it's a bad area?
Yeah. Okay. So,
So
in my experience, bro, I grew up in a gang environment. Like my block that I lived on was a gang block. It was right there and it was King Hood, you know, and I'm walking down the street late at night. It was probably like 9 o'clock at night. I'm going down to Gobby's and Yao's to play the video game. Mom didn't want to drop me off. So I said, Mom, I'm going to walk regardless. If you don't want to take me, I'm going regardless. I want to go and smoke because I couldn't smoke at the house. I'm probably like 14 years old. I couldn't smoke at the house unless it was outside in the back and it was cold. So I took some smoke with me going to Yayo's crib and Gobby's crib to go play the game and chill. As I'm walking up the block, I see the narcos coming from behind me, and I know if I would have ran, then they would have chased me, you know? So I just started walking faster, got there faster, got to his driveway, went inside the driveway, and at that point, the narcos, they jumped out of their car. One went along the side that way, and then the other one went into the driveway right behind me, and they drew the guns out on me. You know? Was that excessive?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I'm in a high crime
yeah,
area.
you're in a high
I'm
crime
in a high
area.
crime area where people die from guns, bro. Where there's
I
where
hear
there's
you
young
on that.
hold on. Let me finish. Where there's young kids that are my age that are shooting the trigger and killing people, bro. That year there was probably like 14, 15 gang related murders, and I'm probably being generous. I think there was more like 20 that year, and because I was 14, 15, that was in 2005. There was like 22 murders that year. Because I remember, because a lot of guys they got busted for murder that year. So when you live in a high crime neighborhood, that's what happens, bro, and that's how the cops have to keep it safe. I think there should be more of that.
For that, you might as well just have.
And that's I'm not singling out black people, Mexican people, white people, anybody. If you're in a high crime neighborhood, no matter what color you are, there needs to be more cops there.
So it's almost like you're saying you gotta just check everybody in the high.
Not everybody.
Like
But
it's
if
almost
a suspicious
it's
person,
almost acceptable to check everybody. in
not
the high-
everybody. But if a person is out randomly late at night, it should be okay to be like, hey, what you doing out here? Because it's late at night, you know. It shouldn't be a thing like to where What are you talking to me for? Mind your business. I'm protecting the streets. I'm making sure that there's no criminals on the street. Are you a criminal? Only a criminal is gonna get mad. Only a criminal will get mad. I was a criminal at one point in life when I was a kid, so I would have got defenses of that. Like I got defenses of them because I had some weed on me and it wasn't legal then. It was illegal, you know. So now it's legal. So now I can smoke it. I can have bud and smoke it, and they wouldn't have been able to take me. But as a minor, you can't. I was a minor, you know. So in the end of the day, when you're doing wrong things, you're gonna be upset with it. So if you're just an average person, you're gonna be like, oh no, I'm not doing nothing. Just check me out. Yeah, I got no guns. Thanks for keeping the streets safe, officer. That's what I think. I don't think they're. Do you think the cops are? They want to beat them up or something? They're looking for guns, bro. They're trying to keep the streets safe. That's what I think. In my opinion, and if they happen to go on a random black guy, random Mexican guy, random Puerto Rican guy, they're in New York and they're in a high crime area, then that's more likely where it's going to be at. Find me a high crime area where it's mainly white people, like shooting guns. They're going to be robbing people and doing drugs, meth, whole bunch of meth heads. The trailer trash, what we so speak of, but they're not really. There's not really the inner violence how us Latinos shoot at each other. I never got a gun from a white man and said, "Hey, go shoot this, go shoot at this person." It was always from another person that was like me, a Latino. I look white, but I'm Latino. I'm a Mexican. So I was never given anything from anybody that was a white man. But no, I'm not excusing the white man. They do the shit too. They got biker gangs, they got white gangs and all that shit too. But you don't really see them shooting at each other like how we shoot at each other, how the Latinos shoot at each other. That's just what I'm saying, or like the black on black crime. It's high in Chicago. That's mainly the Mexicans and the blacks are not warring it with each other. They're not out there shooting at each other, and if they are, it's personal beef. It's mainly the Mexicans shooting the Mexicans, the blacks shooting the blacks. The whites probably shooting the whites, I would assume. I don't think the whites are out there shooting the Mexicans or the whites are shooting the blacks. Unless there's personal beef, unless they're involved with that gang per se. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not excusing white people. There's white gangs too. Biker gangs, the fucking all that shit. There's a whole bunch of that shit too.
I don't know. I've seen videos where the New York, they call them what the fuck is it? Hop out gang or
The
something
Jump
like
Out
that.
Boys?
Something like that. And they're literally just fucking with people.
Man, bro, I mean, when you're in a high crime area, I think there should be more of that, bro. That's the only way you're gonna try to help get these guns off the street, man. Since they started doing that stop and frisk shit, I'm pretty sure that New York's gun rate went down, like their murder rate went down. I guarantee you. New York used to be like one of the murder capitals, 400, 500 murders a year. I think they're probably barely getting like 300 now, 350. Because they do shit like that. It's New York. Because they do shit like that. They're not doing shit like that here. And then when they did start to do it, guess what happened? The streets cleaned up. The streets here are clean now. I could walk from one block to the next block and not have to fear for my life. When I was a kid, it was different. There was 20, 30. I think it peaked here at 30 murders or 28 murders one year when I was a kid. Bro, we get probably 4 or 5 gang-related murders a year. I can walk down the street safe. I thank you, police officer. I thank you, the federal agents that cleaned up Aurora. I shit you not, bro. Because if not, my kids would have a rougher life. Now we have a problem with homeless. Now we have a problem with crime. There's always going to be fucking drug dealers or something like that when there's a bug to make. So, I mean, if they want to stop that, make it legal. Make it legal to where there's going to be less crime from that. You're going to have to go get it like at the pharmacy or something. You're going to take it off the street and all straight to the pharmacies. And that's the only way I can see it if they want to get the crime out of it. Because when there's a profit to be made, there's always going to be crime. Look at liquor back in the day. And this is, honestly, I think, in my opinion, I think there needs to be more cops in high crime areas. If it's a high crime area, I think there needs to be more cops patrolling the street, doing stuff like this, holding people accountable, no matter what color you are. If you're white and you're in a high crime area and you're robbing shit, I think there needs to be more cops on the block. Just period. There needs to be more people patrolling it, man. So I think that would make less crime, I think. I mean, it goes back to where that other video that we watched the other day where when the guy was calling himself Ben Day and he got killed and there was only 3 cops there and the other ones got there too damn late. If there was more cops, he's obviously in a high society neighborhood, so you don't think that you need a lot of cops like that. So imagine if he was in a high crime area, they would have probably been there like this.
Yeah.
One time when I was a kid, like I said, I lived in a gang neighborhood where it was a predominantly Mexican neighborhood. I seen a group of of black kids walking through the neighborhood, and they were of the opposite gang. You know, I know some of the kids, and I know they were of the opposite gang of what the neighborhood was. I mean, it was just a simple phone call of the cops. The cops showed up just like this, and they checked them. They let them on their way if they didn't have no guns. They had a gun, they took them. Was the person wrong for calling the cops on them?
Calling the cops on what?
On a group of kids that look like they could be up to no good in a gang neighborhood that don't belong there. This is a Mexican neighborhood and a group of black kids that are of the opposite gang walking through the neighborhood. So before a group of Mexicans shoot at them, do you think it was a better idea that the cops came and got rid of them and got them out of there? Told them to leave because the cops know that that's a different territory where they don't belong. They know that was the different gang that they were in.
It's a sticky situation.
No, well, what do you mean? So just I know that it were free for
It's
America.
like me walking home. It's like
But
if
they-
I gotta
but-
walk
but
that way home.
But it wasn't that though. It wasn't that. It was they were up to no good. One of the guys did go to jail with a gun.
That's like I said, it's a sticky situation. In that situation, it was a good.
So
good
that's what
thing
I'm
that
saying.
they
So
called.
would it be more probable that
But
happens
then-
more?
but then-
so what if hold on? What if the person didn't call and that person didn't get caught with the gun and they walked up the street and found somebody outside and killed them? Because that's what was happening back then.
That's what I said. That's why I said in that situation, it was good that they got caught. But then it's a sticky situation. Like, what if the person's innocent? Now you're just.
Then there's nothing wrong with it. Just show him that you got no guns. That you know, there's nothing wrong. He's a police officer. He's just there to
I hear
protect
you
us
on
at that point.
But now you just feel some type of way. It's like, damn.
Well, so I did feel that before. I've been pulled over and I asked the cop. I said, why'd you pull me over? So your tail lights out. I said, man, you pulled me over because I'm in an old school Cadillac and I'm leaving a gang neighborhood. And he said, nah, man, that's not why I pulled you over. Your tail lights out. Get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying? I assumed that he pulled me over because I'm in a broke down Cadillac leaving a gang neighborhood. And he said, nah, get your ass out of here. You know, and he looked in real quick. He said, lift up the armrest, check if I have any guns. He literally told me this. I showed him my driver's license, gave him my insurance, and let me leave. If you are a dick with cops, they'll be a dick with you. If you're in a high crime neighborhood and they want to search you or ask you some questions real quick, there should be nothing wrong with that. You are in a high crime neighborhood. I don't know. If you don't like it, move out. Find some way to move out. And if we're kids and we're getting harassed by the cops, we used to get harassed by the cops all the time. We were always on bullshit. I'm not bullshitting, bro. As kids, we're always on bullshit as kids. You know, I haven't met kids that in a group of kids that are not on bullshit. I don't care what color you are. We're a group of nothing but Latinos on straight garbage. Jumping fences, stealing grills, all kind of shit, bro. Like, we were doing dumb shit. Like, and we were up to no good. So when the cops rolled up on us, they were warranted. We all get the same treatment. You know, it's classes now. If you got money, you get better treatment. If you're poor, you get worse treatment. And if you want to look at it in race wise, that's why they pulled up on him. It's a Latino right there. It's a Latino cop that pulled up on him. That ain't no white guy. That's a Puerto Rican for sure, or Dominican or something. He ain't white. That's Latino. Hear him play. I can hear him talk. Look at his colors he's wearing, blue and black. Crip. They got Crips out there. You know what I'm saying? So they're just looking for guns, man. There's nothing wrong with this. There was probably already reports of shots fired. There's no content behind it, but honestly, I think that's legit, bro. That's warranted. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think there should be more of that in high crime neighborhoods. I think there should be more patrolling of neighborhoods. Period. When you're in a high crime neighborhood and the cops don't react as much, it's because it's more dangerous. They might get shot. But yeah, that's their job, but they still don't want to get shot. You know, there's spots in Chicago where cops don't even go in. They don't even patrol them. They let them deal with themselves. They wait until after they kill somebody or they kill each other, and then they go in and get rid of the dead bodies. Why?
Because of what you just said.
It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous, bro. Why go patrol something if they're going to start shooting at you? You know, I mean, there was a few people out here that got brazen and shot at cops. They shut that shit down. Feds came in here and said, we're going to give y'all life sentence, 25, 30 years. The homicide rate in Chicago is like at 50%. So that means there's 50% of murderers running around Chicago. If there is 600, 700 murders in Chicago every year and only half of them get solved, that means there's 300 murderers running around Chicago right now. probably serial murders killing multiple people. Do you think that's a lot of people? That's just my opinion, man. I think there needs to be more cops controlling that, and they're gonna blame the guns. Well, I mean, people kill people, man. The guns are not killing people. It's the people.
It's 2022.
I mean, it's usually always Chicago. They're always up there, bro. 600, 500, 600, 600. And it's always the poorest communities that are doing this to each other. And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the UBI. Do you think if they give all the poor communities UBI, do you think we would stop killing each other? I'm not saying we, but like as in the poor communities, like the minority poor communities. Because that's we're the ones that are murdering each other.
People gonna do what they want to do.
So regardless if we give people money, right? I think if you give people money, I think they would be more happier until the money's gone. Like what we were talking about before. Once the money's gone, then they'll try to figure out a way to get money. But if they knew that they were gonna get a $4,000 check every month, I think they wouldn't want to go and rob or steal from somebody.
I think people would be like less jealous of other people.
Yeah, I think so
that.
for sure. I think so. I think it would help out a lot of that. Because a lot of this crime is in poor communities where we're uneducated, so we're gonna want to rob from somebody or hurt from somebody or do stuff like that because we don't know any better. We're not taught that shit. We're not taught any different. As in people that are living like that. I'm not saying us. Drop me a follow on Twitter, Mike Vick 1989.
Yes, sir. Dump the Pimp on TikTok. Check it out.
Instagram, anything for Key. We out.